Oh no, Eve is in trouble! Quick, press the buttons! But what if I don't do that? So Stellar Blade is a video game that was created because the CEO of Sony went, "We need more platforming games after that bum retired." So a South Korean company said, "Okay, and give her insane hair that breaks the game's physics, and give her a parry action combat system, and a sick world and creature design. And make her ass really fat." Now looking online, you would see no actual gameplay, or even a story for Stellar Blade. Yep. No one ever mentions it. Eve's Peaches literally mind-wiped the entire player base so that no one talks about the story or gameplay. But I'm here to change that. Wait, why was I here? So it's an action game set in post-apocalyptic Earth. Well, okay, I'm gonna play this on the hardest difficulty to be a real gamer. As you see these ships drop in and shoot Eve's squad down to Earth, now the comparisons are obvious. Wow, androids who are thicker than a Brandon Sanderson book coming down onto Earth to save it. But you know what is funny? Is that she is not an android.
I guess that is pretty funny.
Well, she is, but they don't know that. Oh my god, 2 seconds in and the story is falling apart.
Taki? Eve, are you alright? This place is dangerous. Take my hand.
God damn, this bitch never listens to me. And so Eve gets a green outfit, where her normal clothing was actually more covered up. Oh, you exposed forearm freaks are gonna love this. As you now get the combat with a light and heavy attack, a horrible lock-on, and parrying. Yep, your L1 button is gonna be broken than me after this, because enemies will wind up and you either gotta parry or dodge roll, and Eve's huge leg muscles don't really help her do that quickly. Now, since I'm playing on the hardest difficulty, they give you the option to tell you when you can block or dodge, and even then, the window for these is so tiny. You can see why one of the first many mods for this game, apart from making you play it with one hand, was to increase the parry window on PC. Because I'm playing this on PS5, I don't have that. I spent $100 on this for no mods. Write a review. Hey, that's just what I'm doing! And speaking it too, and editing it, and then going crazy. So you better get used to the parry, as I'll explain later what it do, as we now go to explore the beach.
Eve, don't go too far! This way to the rendezvous.
Guess not.
Are you alright, Eve? No!
But we see the whole squad wiped.
Eve, are you alright? No!
As we see this thing come in and...
No!
'Tis but a scratch.
And then some bozo comes in to save us and we leave Taki to die. Rest in peace, character with 5 lines of dialogue. And then title card drop. You have to kind of earn that, you know? And then I guess months later, we're still on Earth, with Adam here guiding you through with his droid because he's afraid of the germs on the outside. Wait, Adam? Eve? Oh, the Bible didn't teach me any of this. Yes, he got outfits for Eve, and oh baby, I can't use any of them. I'm trying to stay monetized, okay? But Ramses, you may be asking, why oh why would Shift Up to developers make character designs like this? Well, if you didn't know, they actually made a gacha game before this, which I played before anyone else knew much about it, because... I hereby state that there were many reasons why I decided to play Nikkei over other gacha games, mostly because its drop rates were really good to me. I always got characters I wanted, unlike other gacha slop like Genshin Impact, which you already know my thoughts are on that game. And that, and only that, is the reason I played Nikkei until 1 year ago. Look, I logged back in after a year to show you that they are good with drops. They have a Stellar Blade collab, and this is literally my first roll. Oh my god! The spine is broken. And then I tried 40 more times and couldn't get Raven. So yes, I am familiar with the studio, and surprisingly, there are some good things about Nikkei. It has great dubbed characters, except her. Why would you give the Dino Nerd Girl this voice?
Faithfulness is the most important.
Amazing music where, yes, I know you composer, you can't hide Danganronpa from me. And story where, when they want to, it can be charming and hilarious while having these gut-wrenching events. Take the story where they introduce one of my favorite characters, Dorothy, who is just so bad. But then one artist drew her as Doro, and now this creature is in Stellar Blade as DLC. You goddamn gremlin! But no, I ain't gonna try that DLC in this game because 20 bucks? Are you crazy?
Are you out of your mind?
I had to pay $100 to play this. Oh my goodness, they released Nikkei figurines? Oh, they look so good. Oh man, why are they so expensive? I can't afford this. But if you hit subscribe, that might help. And yes, this is my expectation on Stellar Blade. It's gotta have a gripping story, funny characters, amazing music, and what I got? So it zones you move through. You defeat small enemies, you whack boxes open, and out pops items. You have to press a button to acquire each item every time? Are you insane? Thankfully, this can be turned off, but it isn't so brain dead in the world as you actually have to explore around to say find a password to open this door. Although the answer, you can just bring it up at any time, so I don't really get the point of this apart from busy work. And well, in comes the Souls comparisons, because you have rest points where if you rest, every enemy defeated respawns. Yep, one of the worst mechanics in games for me, because it doesn't let you ever feel safe. Like, I'm done that area. I don't want to see them again. We've broken up. Stop calling me. But yes, that's what this game wants to be. A clone of Code Vein. And even more the comparisons when you have these limited healing items you will get back per life, but then platforming. And what do I think of that?
It's over.
And you find more things when you explore. Areas often have extra pathways for more upgrades, items, or just random lore things, like logs from dying humans talking about how they regret not buying the Persona 5 dancing figurine when it was cheap. Or smut. Well, robot smut. Whoa, mama! You also find these androids where you grab their heart, and after 3 bites, it upgrades your health or this blue meter. Which over time of fighting, you can hold L1 to do special moves, or a super dodge where enemies will try a crazy finisher type on you, and you have to hold up and circle to dodge behind them. And later on, you get a break gorge where you can hold R1 to do extra kinds of moves, one which will stun the enemy, letting you dash close to them for some extra hits. The combat is a lot of combos where you'll have a skill tree to upgrade it. Say to hold a button at the end of a combo you can do more damage, or even unlocking the double jump or a jump attack. It's like you have seen many other games do this type of combat before. Same kind of precise parrying, same kind of world with respawn, but are we going to see different weapon types? Are we going to see different playstyles with the skill tree? Will we see an evolution of combat compared to other games that came before it? So you learn Adam used up all his McDonald's vouchers to help fix you up in these Yakuza low-budget type cutscenes, as your goal is to find whoever killed Taki, where these creatures are called Natiba, and bosses are the most challenge, where you'll have to parry or dodge and then break the enemy shield bar, the down attack helps a lot with that, to finish them off.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Things will only get harder.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible. They also randomly have one-off minigames that are not just memorizing the letters, where here, you gotta balance the bars, or this one where you gotta make both lines reach the end before the timer, and some chests will have you open with puzzles, like you have to press the directions in order, or press X when you feel a rumble. These are all things to help you upgrade yourself that I'll get to later, as we platform through where some mysterious person has left all this yellow paint everywhere. Jeez, it's like an epidemic in modern games. Who is this mysterious yellow painter?
That's suspicious.
This is why Sony's games all feel the same to me sometimes.
What?
Nothing. Just talking to myself.
So we find the hallway. Yeah, okay, some of these sci-fi designs of the world are really cool. As the announcer overhead talks about how humans are now so evolved that they can breathe underwater, they can breathe in space, and even breathe on Earth. It's to explain why Eve can just swim forever, but we know she's not human, right? She's an android.
Okay.
As we find a hypercell and Eve stuffs that away somewhere. in a briefcase, as that's the goal, to find more of these around and, fight these monsters and pretend you're Mario. Man, why does this game have platforming? Oh, you would think as someone who jumps so gracefully, she would be so fleet on her feet. It's like evil have momentum when you walk and just tapping the controller forward. You will careen off the edge, trying to turn because of Unreal Engine. She will turn on a huge circle, meaning another death. Like, I don't know what else to say. Her vehicle is too wide. She can't rotate on a dime like here. I'm trying to fight for my life. I consider this rest point. Or take this instance, the Sony branded jumping puzzle, where you gotta jump on the right buttons in order, but oh my god, all the problems before become so apparent because you cannot make such tight jumping decisions.
Maybe the pattern under your feet is a hint.
And even then, you would think, okay, to compensate for this, they are gonna make it not as punishing to you. No fall damage. That seems fair, right? And it gets even worse, as any height little higher than Yao Ming, or you just jumping a little higher than your eventual double jump, say if you double jump from a higher ledge to a ledge below, yes, by the way, your double jump is locked by story progression, Eve will take full damage. I'm starting to think those leg muscles are just for show and not for jumping. No, that can't be the reason.
That's suspicious.
And somehow if you manage to not stomp about with Eve, you can also ambush the enemies. It doesn't happen a lot. But don't worry, there's more to Eve than just her looks. She has a personality. Where she likes cans. Like your grandmother collecting pictures of cakes to put in her album. She will pick up a can in a Zelda type animation and it's like, wow, cool. Hey, I was still reading that text. That boy, don't leave me. Oh, I hope they don't think my collecting cans hobby is weird. So eventually you find another squad pod in the crater, but this boss has other plans. Oh yeah? Well, I reverse Uno trap card your plans with my plans. As we get an alpha core from it, and out pops this character with an accent that you know is from when games want to save money dubbing voices by not having them be in Los Angeles or Texas. It's British.
What? No way.
This is Lily, who was stuck in the pod for 2 years. How the heck do you think you guys are still human, Eve? Wait, when did your outfit have a tie? And so we regroup with Adam, who is maxing his jawline. And he tells us about Zion, the last surviving human camp. And we say our goal is to defeat the Elder Natiba, the big boss of the creatures.
Okay.
Well, I guess that settles that.
Oh god, it's like an alternate world of Kingdom Hearts where these characters are moving on a very animated set loops, unlike that game.
How come you're here?
Well, actually...
Well, time to see how the last humans are surviving. Wait a minute. Jesus exists in this world? Yeah, I guess this was a seasonal DLC option that I kept on, where you got hyper blinding light on top. So we head to the boss of Zion, Orkul, who is clearly a human in Eve's eyes. Maybe the crash landing was a bit hard on her. He can scan items to find them on the map and is like, oh, okay, find more hyper cells for me so we can fix up this desolate town. As you need 4 more, and every time you bring them back, more and more NPCs fill out the town, rebuilding it, while you also should get alpha cores to find some nest.
How did you know that?
I made a lucky guess. Also, I can read Wikipedia in my brain.
We have no other choice. Adam, Lily, I'll be counting on you.
And so you can wander around and talk to the NPCs. Just see what Adam's doing. Now you can get side quests from the NPCs. Some have no cutscenes, but then important characters like this human is missing pieces of her, so her human boyfriend wants you to help. And it's funny because I didn't finish this quest, but from the account celebratory image, oh, I guess she is a main character then. Well, they didn't have enough main characters to put in the image. No, surely that's not the reason. Where you get things about the lore if you explore, like Mother Sphere is the thing in the sky we launch from, a satellite up above that people either worship or distrust. Like, damn, it's been so long since anyone helped us, maybe they aren't a god, and they call us Angel, as we fell from the sky and supposedly will save the humans. Gee, if the Adam and Eve naming wasn't on the nose. You also learn how the natives were the ones who invaded Earth, but you don't know why. Why is this war happening with the humans? All these mysteries of the world, and I'll say the game does a good job of setting up an intriguing kind of world to build the game from. You know, they're doing the right thing with this brand of sci-fi action game.
Lovely to meet you.
You don't seem very likable.
Glad to know Eve is capable of making friends on her own, as you have like 3 shopkeepers where if you buy more from them, you level their friendship up to learn more about their secret. They don't tell you anything, unless you do their side quest as well. But why not just make it a reward for doing the side quest? Why did you need to have a relationship mechanic? Well, it does unlock new stuff here, like more outfits.
Shopping done.
What brings such a cute angel fluttering on by today?
I'd appreciate it if you stopped talking like that.
And now when we head back, Lily becomes your engineer where you can use the pod to shoot enemies. 5 bullets? Oh no, we can't even afford guns! Yes, all the upgrades you were picking up, you use them to upgrade the pod to get different types of bullets like a laser one or a homing missile. You get ammo from drops or these refill places, where you also can use resources to upgrade these exo spines or things that you can give you buffs. Say if you want more attack, you'll equip this. And then lastly, your resources will then be used to craft the outfits, where they don't provide any gameplay benefit. Probably because it's a debuff since your eyes won't be looking at the enemies when you're attacking. So you get a new area, desert. Boy, I can't wait for the area after the next one, which is desert. Maybe we need some new post-apocalyptic stereotype maps. As you learn to run on walls, more different enemies, which is a plus, as so many games would just reskin enemies later on. But it was cool that there were different ones and they all had different movesets from before.
Oh.
Now your pod is also helpful in exploring as you press the PlayStation brand touchpad button. And it scans the environment which you can upgrade the duration of, as this will tell you where the items are, so if you want to explore that direction or not. Also, if there are enemies around you, as you will then go into this lab type place where the game really tries to be a horror game with jump scares.
Hello.
But to even enter the place, Orkle has put his own personal guard to test your skill.
You manage to defeat me, I'll let you pass.
Well, if that's the case.
And these places can be annoying as it's like, no scanning. And also, no weapons. You can only shoot. Yes, a full dungeon using the gun. I feel okay, they want some variety, but with how low the ammo cap is, I found it really annoying.
On the floor. Step back.
And the game makes you pay resources to upgrade the new guns, right? To get some new weapons. I didn't do that. I upgraded the scanner instead because I thought that was more useful. In fact, for most of the game, I didn't even unlock Eve's shotgun. But the game still wanted to give me shotgun ammo, like it wasn't dynamically adjusting to what weapons I had, which meant less normal ammo, and then there's not many options to take out the enemies here. Bro, how can 2B survive jumping off the Empire State Building while Eve can't even handle one ladder? Why did they make her have big legs if she can't even use it? What was the reason to design her so big if it doesn't help the gameplay? Wait, the answer. It's almost coming to me.
남자는 거의 없으니까. 근데 여성은 그 각진 부분을 지방으로 다 채워서.
That's suspicious.
So in this dungeon you fight a boss that has you shooting its weak points. It's probably the easiest boss since you rarely take damage here. And then you find this device where another British lady is retelling what happened when she landed here.
No, I like a Scouse accent, but Birmingham shit.
Raven says humans made androids who then turned on the humans and then humans had to hide and then the natives came in and started fighting. So you got 3 sides to this. Gee, I sure hope this all gets resolved nicely. And yes, Eve still thinks she's part of the humans. Okay, fine, time for some good things about this game, which is the downtime you get in between dungeons, where you go back to Zion and you can spend your currency, talk to NPCs, and learn more about the place. There's always more things to talk about every time you come back here after the story segments.
How dull.
The f
you say?
So this guy is a barber. He can change your hair. Holy moly, I didn't know that. Well, you could also change the length of Eve's ponytail in the settings because it does get in the way a lot. I think it actually crashes some people's PCs. But here you can change her front head hairstyle as it's kind of separate from the ponytail, alongside some color options too. But man, these options are so limited. Most of these bangs look the exact same. And would it kill you to add a wider hair option? And you can do all these side quests, which are usually kill some monsters, find some things, or even take selfies to unlock outfits. I do love how when you complete a quest, you can teleport right back to report it done. And yeah, the selfie and camera mode are really cool. One of the most expressive and varied camera options I've seen. Kind of funny if I reviewed this game at launch, I wouldn't be able to talk about it. And that's one thing that's super good about this game. The models look really good. I guess as someone who doesn't have a high-end PC, this is such a rarity for my eyeballs to see such high quality characters. But yeah, I can see why some people would say they are too perfect. Like they have no makeup or no blemishes. I guess it's how when you see actors on TV, why do they all look so perfect? Not a single tired looking face. Meanwhile, me. So Eve, let's get some personality into you. Tell me this. What is your favorite movie?
Matrix 11.
And then I got this weird side quest where it's a full cutscene and Eve gets attacked and Adam saves her, and then it's about people using androids for scraps, and then it's over? Nothing more? No follow-up? I mean, it's a pretty big deal. These guys are cutting up my androidal organs to sell for money. Not an android, by the way.
Can you turn around for me?
And now the game mandates you get the double jump, and you better believe they're gonna test my patience with the double jump platforming, as it's time for a new dungeon. The ruins again.
Eve, whatever you do, don't look down. Aw, come on.
And so begins the Sony-mandated Uncharted segment, where yeah, I remember Uncharted 2 as well. Game, thanks for reminding me. But it's more funny because not pressing the button on the QTE leads to some deaths. And I'll get more into this, but man, the music doesn't feel that fitting for a crazy cinematic set piece. Like my heart is not pumping blood. But somewhere else is. So you got new enemies, which are like octopuses that revive dead human corpses to control them, which makes it more annoying as you have 2 enemies to defeat instead of 1. I don't think that's what people meant when they said Eve should bounce on it.
I hate things like this.
Why?
You've never seen movies? This is a classic trope.
Movies? Bro, this is just like Resident Evil type stuff. You know, you're gonna be fighting on the sideways elevator until you go down this crazy slide. Because it didn't have to be that brutal. So you fight this boss with surprise, it's Tacky being controlled by the Natibio corpse octopus thingo with this really sick design, but you pull her out of it and it seems like you can't save her.
I've been waiting.
Aww, now
this moment.
kiss? Oh wait, maybe not. So Taki dies again, for real this time, having said 3 more lines of dialogue, and at this point I'm like, man, dude, broski, brosif, John. It was so close to getting some emotion here. Like the characters don't have that much interaction with each other. Adam and Lily talk to you in the game, but it's never much amusing banter or stuff about the world. It's more like, okay, go here. Here's how to solve this puzzle. Wow, what did you see there? Oh, wow, okay, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. And back at the base, literally after the story is done with them, their models just aimlessly walk around, nowhere to go. Why is it that you can get secrets with a shopkeeper and you can rank them up, but you get nothing to talk about with your main 2 party members? Add some more personality to them? You're in a base, you could have some mini games or activities, or even just ask Lily, hey, what did you do in those 2 years stuck in that pod? Like, girl, how did you not go insane with a phone to browse Twitter? And it was pretty obvious Taki would come back from the way you didn't see her die, but to get more attachment from us, you could have had Eve remember some memories of her during the game, you know, flashback cutscenes, or read some lore about her in your base, instead of Eve's personality just being picking up cans and not liking swimming. Come on, why couldn't you talk to the NPCs about the cans she picked up? Like, make it a thing about her that isn't just, oh, I must complete my mission. I have nothing else to discuss with you. It's almost like she's not human and is actually a robot. Oh, you think you're pretty clever, huh? So So yeah, I think the characterization of Stellar Blade was sorely underutilized.
What did you say?
Well, anyway, you got more dialogue to talk with the NPCs.
Your hair smells wonderful.
Dude, I was literally swimming in a sewer.
I didn't think that kind of thing would be possible. That's amazing, Lily.
As yep, you can now break the game where another bar will charge up where you press in the sticks, and you got tacky mode, where on a timer you can do overpowered moves. Yes, I did overuse these on every single boss. What do you think? Me, the cheese man, is not gonna cheese the video games I'm cheesing in? So another Raven memory, and she's like, yeah, Mother's fear was man-made, like it's a fake god, lol.
Things only exist because people make them. Like us.
How dare you? That's blasphemy!
And I'll tell you now, I kind of laughed out loud when later in the story, he finally realizes she's not human.
This is true.
So now you got a new area, desert, with a pool where you can learn how to fish. And it's a really good fishing minigame, not too difficult, with some downtime too. And you can use these fish to get items and one outfit and some really cool sunnies.
Hey, can't be
But
out
oh
like this.
my god, why is the music so loud? Look at how low I put the music at the start of the game. Yeah, I think it was a way to copy Nier. They wanted nearly every song to have vocal tracks, which triggered my YouTuber flight or flight response, as any song that has lyrics in it will surely get me copyright claimed. It's so baffling because all the songs the singer makes it sound sorrowful. So everywhere you go, it's slightly sad music, where I think they saw what Nier Automata did and went with that and were trying to emulate it. But you know, Nier also had some epic action music too, or other kinds of music. It was super disappointing to me, as before the game was announced, I learned that the Nier music team was working on this game. And from Soul Hackers to I know that they can do exceptional music on non-Nier games, you know, make it still sound like Nier songs because that's what they're known for, that's what they're good at doing. But this soundtrack was not what I was thinking the music was gonna be, and blaring over the top on many dialogue scenes. It's super odd because Shift Up has an amazing composer, Cosmograph, who works on Nikke, and they are so good at copying styles when they do the events, as when they had a Nier collab, their Nier songs sounded so legit like they were belonging from a Nier game. Why couldn't they help out on this OST? But the fishing is still fun.
Oh yeah, baby.
And so this desert is more open world. We gotta unlock a tower to power up the save points, which kind of made it stressful in a good way. Like, I couldn't refill my healing until that tower was activated. I didn't like, however, when Eve runs so fast as there's no enemies, so she keeps running. But then when enemies spawn, she slows down and draws a weapon out. But what if I don't want to fight? Well, she's just running slow now. As you got another no weapon dungeon. But yeah, one thing I'll praise is the boss designs. They look so cool. It's like concept art that they kept in the game. Stuff you don't usually see because most games will just scrap the concept art and then sell it to you later in a book. But I did find it annoying when you beat a boss, you'll have to do a quick time event. And if you fail that, you get sent right back into the fight like you didn't win because you forgot to press one single button. And so the game does have an ending, actually 3, which I didn't realize while playing. Yep, it's like Code Vein, where depending on your side quest completion, you can get different endings, which I didn't know at all and ended up getting the worst one, which was hilariously not very good. The game also has elements that, let's say, if people didn't play Xenoblade 2, they would be like, whoa, it's so cool seeing the scenery from up high. But I played that, so it's not as impressive here. And it's also not that impressive because you've seen that scenery from up high from another angle in the very first cutscene. I will say, since, like, Nikke kind of spoiled it anyway with the collab, you do fight Raven for reasons, and honestly, Raven is probably one of my favorite characters despite how few lines she gets. But yeah, it's kind of funny how bad the endings are, and even the director admits, yeah, okay, we messed up. The story is not good. Yep, just outright saying it. Whoa, so even the devs agree with me. How they were maybe rushed for time, and that's why they cut so many cutscenes. Like the meeting with Adam is a slideshow. They wanted to put more proper cutscenes in, but I think with Sony's deadline wanting the game out in 2024, it kind of makes sense why they were focusing on different things, because you think, a game like this, with visuals and character models like this, they didn't even have time to include a photo mode at launch. That's like insane. Why would you not have that at launch? But I think that's what this game is. A lot of missed potential. It does so many things from other games you've seen, like Code Vein or even Wanted: Dead. It has the same parry type action, but it was more memorable to me because you had characters saying things like this.
The morning after, and suddenly I have 4 balls.
This game though plays it so straight. It's that no-nonsense serious Sony game that sells money. Who needs character development with awkward dialogue and cringe when you have platforming? Like, you can see all these things done in other games. For example, Nier, the story, or even I would say Astral Chain. A lot of similarities in game style, you know, a hub world, the way you find extra lore in this futuristic sci-fi world, the combat being kinda nutty, but you would have things like balancing ice cream to cross the road, or the cars can run you over, or Wanted Dead having a karaoke minigame. And Stellar Blade has that sword parry combat which many games have done before, as it has all the makings of a game that you would remember more than just the visuals, but it doesn't deliver on that in my opinion. It's kind of why people also think they will improve on in the sequel, you know, take what things they learn and go even bigger. This was their first console game. But I mean, they're also making a Genshin clone, and this sequel is meant to be out in 2 years, and they are still in pre-production, so I don't think it's gonna work out the way you think it's gonna be. I mean, by the end of this game, Eve has so much power scaling to make DBZ fandom shudder with fear. What is she gonna do in the sequel? Which of the 3 endings will she go from? Will they cut her hair because they said it was a nightmare to code? I really wanted this to succeed in other game aspects, you know, a sci-fi concept that makes you question things like Nier, or some gameplay hook in addition to the hyper hard parry combat, not just chugging platforming. I mean, I was playing on the hardest difficulty, so I wanted some challenge, but not like this. I also wanted to love the music. It has some of my favorite composers, and they have done good work before, and yet they skip over the person who works at the company and has already shown they can make great Nier-sounding music, but maybe that's what they wanted. The director wanted sad lyrical songs that drown out the dialogue. Oh, okay. Maybe they did want the final boss song to be a K-pop song. Sure. Yeah, I'm not joking. The way the game uses Unreal Engine is very cool, seeing how good the characters look in this. I just think I finally understand why no one ever mentions the story or gameplay when talking about Stellar Blade. Yes, it's because they're too busy downloading the mods. Hey, wait, don't look there!
Trojan, Ramses, Magnum, Sheik.